it doesn't like dilute it away, and but you still can erase it off later when the painting is done. So this will be the white, the light one, right? In fact, I start with a very wet, so I will wet the whole paper with sponge, everything wet, and I leave this one white, so I call it number one. And then I will work the background, because you see if you squint your eyes, the background will like quite light. And I work with again, I will keep it very simple. I in my other painting I put another people here to add like intensity in the painting. But for this exercise, I want us to try to do the faraway reflections of the trees in the backgrounds, and the wet on wet technique here, some of the movement on the wave here. So I just let it like that. Maybe I add a bunch of rice or something to add some color balance. Okay. So this is all this because paper is still wet, and the wetness which contribute to blur and soft outcome and results. So the softness of water, of reflection, or even anything that shadow on the water will be represented well with wet on wet technique, with the softness. So everything here I will do while the paper is still wet, or while the background wash is still wet. So I will do number two, like coming down to here, using gradation, as we say, from cool far away and warm to the nearer to us. And then when you don't know what to do next, you look at the tonal value, right? So the next one will be this reflection. In fact, there's a forest here, that's why you see that reflection. And then getting closer, a little bit drier, I will do this reflection of the guy, of Mr. To, number 4. All this will be number 4. And maybe this one I will add some rice here, sapling, so that we can have something to play with our brush stroke. So the shadow of the shadow reflection of the rice I will add at this stage also, so that it is soft. You notice that because it is very soft. And then I will go with number 5, which is this one, getting darker and darker. See this one, notice that it's darker than this, and maybe also the shape is more defined, meaning that the paper is starting to dry, so it will be less soft than this one. So this one will be number 4, right? And then this one is number 5. And maybe I stop here first so that you can try that. And later on I may spray a little bit to make this because the head and the head is far away, so I make it soft. Maybe when I come back I spray the water, and then I make this number 6, and then come down all the way down to the shirt and the mat. You see that, for example, this one looks complicated also, right? But when we look at it as a tone, you will see this is very dark, this is light. So that I do this one first. So this is going to be the number 8, right? And then we come down to number 9 on the feet, and then go back to the trousers, which is like number 10, the dark one. Then we finish. The rest will be just like details. Okay, about these stages. So now you are not, you don't have any worries while you are doing it. You just like go ahead in one go. And one other thing is that when we do from back to front, from big to small, and from light to dark, we can put the darker layers on top of it, so you don't have to be worried about little things. For example, most people when they do the background, they will leave this part, right? And it forces you to slow down and to be anxious and careful here, so that your painting is not flowing, the energy, the process is not flowing. So just like put the background, all these, except some of the highlights here that I want to keep. Also the feet here, the background color will go on top, will go under it, and then I will add the warmer color, darker later. So this will give a sense of human flesh together with the mud, because the mud is in the back and all, because the transparency of the color that you can see through, like a few layers that you added on. So it is very different. Sometimes we need to get the tone and value right in the first place for freshness. Sometimes you use the layered wash to give the glow, because when two colors mixing together on top of each other, it gives a different effect than just one. See, you can mix, sometimes you can mix this gray and purple. It has something into it. It's quite nice, like good tones. But when you glaze other color on top of this one, it has a different feeling. You can sense the color in the background shining through, and you can see two colors at the same time. They are not mixed. You see it in the same times. Okay. What else do I need to? Okay. Go back to the drawing before we really do colors. The important things to paint the water is the reflection. Okay. And different type of water gives a different type of reflection also. The clear water, the deep water, maybe like the black dark color background, give a very good reflection. But this type of water in the field is very muddy, so that's why the reflection is not so clear. Not sometimes if you paint the canal where the water is clear and quiet, you even see like exact color, like a mirror inlay, for example. But this one is not, because it's always mixed with the mud, and the water is very shallow. So the feet is here, the water is shallow. And when you look here, your eyes here, you look far away, you can see part of the reflection of the sky. You see, the one in the background, you see a little bit of blue. But when you look like in the more narrower angle, you can see through and see the mud in the floor. So that's why the color, the gradation happen. You see these types of different color, the earth color here. Also, the reflection sometimes it reflects only the colors of the mud as well. That's why we have to be conscious and notice this kind of phenomenon in the nature, so that we can represent it very, very reasonably, very convincing, so to say. And I hope you get the the concept of the idea, the what is it, the fact, the truth of water and reflection, right? This is the water. It's like the mirror surface. If this triangle is here and then it reflects everything is right. If it's here, for example, the soil is here, and this is the section and the triangle, the reflection will happen only here, right? This one is the reflection. The reflect point happens at the surface of the water. If this triangle is above, the reflection will happen here. So the distance here from here is the same. This one is x, x. This one is x, x. Put it here so that's my brush. Okay, I have so many brushes, but in the end I only use these three. The mop brush number 8. I find that number 8 it's very big and soft and holds a lot of water, but still can control the shape and the point. Bigger than this is quite difficult. It's soft. I have number 10, number 12, number 16, of course. Expensive. This one is one of the best brush in the world, I would say. Raphael Kalinsky, number 12. I checked the price at the Arts Friend yesterday, about 500 if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Yes. Don't steal. My treasure. This one is very good for, even this size 12, it's good for small line. The tip, the hair is very good. Recently I found this one, Da Vinci Cosmo Top Spin. This one
for what?
For, in fact it's somewhere between. It's big, but you still can control the point and the shape and the edge of your stroke.
Different bezel, function.
Yang ni sintetik kan?
Yeah, synthetic.
Apa cat stang.
I tried the flat brush before, but I don't like it because it's too hard and you know, make your painting too hard. So this one is flat here, but with the tip here, so it works with my style, with my method. Okay. The water, I always need two part of water. This one is for washing, you know, cleaning your brush. This one keep it clean to mix with the new color, so that your color doesn't get dirty. And this one is very important. This is looks very dirty, but it's all the money is here. All the colors. I use this to take when I mix, and there's too much paint or too much water in my brush, and you know, when you put it on the paper, it cannot control. So I use this to take away the excess water and paint, and to you know, shape the tip of the brush so that I can get the fine line. Alright. Shall we start? So this one. So normally I will lay the paper slightly flatter, but for this purpose, so that I make it like this one, like this, so that we can see more. Everyone can see, huh? Can I? Okay. So I I will stop at number 5 now, so that you can test. Then we can come back and continue. Don't be afraid.
For overall.
In fact, it's easier to control now when the paper is wet. It will make your painting soft and free. Okay. And we wait a little bit to for the paper to absorb. They say that when the sheen is gone, then it's good enough. When it's not so shiny, now it's very shiny.
Okay.
So, number 2 is the background. Again, our principal colors, cobalt, mixed with a little bit of red to make it like a little bit of purple, and I touch a little burnt sienna to gray it up a little bit. So it's number 2, number 3. This one will be the principal colors of this painting. But the background will have a little bit of green. So I use this lemon
yellow.
Yeah, it's don't worry about too much. And they start to get warmer and warmer when you come down. Gradation works every time. And also the tonal can be, the value can be darker and darker. See this, and then when we work from light to dark, we can always check the the difference in tones, in value. Because if you work like mid tone or dark tone, it's very difficult because you don't know how white is going to be. Jump a little bit. So we already finished number 2, right? Where's my number 3? The background. That color combination. Raw sienna, lavender, a little bit of purple, very little purple. Some people maybe at the back here, so there will be some movement, some wave. See, almost finished already. This is number 3, right? Because I put this bunch of rice to here, and but I don't want it to be too hard, so I put it in first, so that is also wet on wet. Again, never forget the reflection. We can add some interest a little bit in here. Can do many things when it's still wet. Now I go to number 4 and number 5. Gonna have to try. Have this
Cepat lah kau. Tangga. Ni hatches. Oh, sebab dia masuk basah senang sikit. Dah kering. Hatches ni sama. Ni hatches
Yes.
Oh.
nice. So you get the sense of very soft reflection when you do it when it's still wet. You get a sense of like muddy water. You get the sense of it's moving, because when the surface is moving, you don't see a very clear reflection. It's never clear. And this fresh brush stroke, as in Van's painting. Okay, the next is before I start, is the shadow, which is a little bit purple. Too much, right? Very dangerous now. Alizarin crimson. Alizarin crimson with cobalt blue and a little bit of burnt sienna. Again, variations and gradations. See, you see that it's still quite soft, and you will get this very nice soft edge. And don't be afraid of the dark. It will be much lighter when it's dry. Again, the gradations works every time, so I see a slight difference in color now from blue and getting like warmer and warmer here. Shadow of the rise. Too big. No light. Okay, now it's your turn to do it. Speed and
Speed, yeah.
don't forget to have some fun.
Okay.
Enjoy. Don't worry too much. I throw a lot of my paintings away. See, at least we can check the tonal, the depth, the gradations from light, from cool to warm, from lighter to slightly darker, and adding up this darker and darker. Let's get some movement in here. Use a dry brush tool. This become the wave layer.
Before dry.
Yep. Okay. Easy, right? And
Ini kalau
fast also.
kalau kering tak ada masalah. Kalau kering dia bergeligi.
Tak apa.
Tengok.
Yang buat pakai yang geli kerja kan? Oh, what is it there? Right.
Dia boleh tutup tombol.
Okey, jom buatlah.